Okay, sorry about that. The stream settings hadn't saved for some reason, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a professional. So it's time for another DSP video. I don't mind doing these periodically. I don't even mind doing them semi-regularly. I just had been kind of holding off on a while because I wanted to get some other quality content up. So I just don't. I'm scared of being known as just primarily an anti-DSP channel. So yeah, so I did that stuff on Dark Souls. I did that, what I thought was one of my best live streams ever about depression, etc. So I heard that this morning I was going into work and Almighty Tevin had made a... Is this... Oh, fuck. Sorry guys, live stream is kind of shit sometimes. It has trouble loading changes. Yeah, so I was going into work this morning and I saw a Tevin C video popped up. And Tevin was covering DSP's latest business update. And I was like, how bad, how can this be? I mean, we've already had him go crazy multiple times in the last month. Is this really going to be that, like, worth me doing a video about? Is it really going to be me worth talking about? And he goes fucking crazy on it. This is one of the most depressing things I've seen in a long time. I actually, like, felt really bad for the guy. Because this is just so fucking bad, I couldn't even believe it. But anyways, so without further ado, let's get started. Part of why I like to do these is these always get good views, and good views means good advertising. So I just like to ask when it starts playing the video, let me know in the stream chat how the audio balance is. It's hard to tell with OBS. Okay, so start playing the video.
Welcome to Rogue One.
Okay, let's just wait till the ad's done. Curse you, fucking Flash player. Why is Flash player so shitty?
Are you with me?
I'll be there for you. The captain said...
Tell me you have a backup plan.
Guys, how's the audio?
Add Rogue One to your Star Wars
Yep,
collection.
more views means more shekels. Okay, so let's listen to
Hello,
DSP.
everybody. Phil here. Welcome to an update vlog regarding everything that's been going on with myself and YouTube and Twitch and everything else going on around here. You know, the business in general. I haven't done one of these videos in over a week now.
In over a week.
You know, people have been coming out to the stream.
I love that he says it over the week. In over a week, it's like I haven't gotten rid of all my dignity in over a week. I haven't e-bagged in over a week. Okay, yeah, DSP. That's great.
People have been, watching the YouTube videos. There's a lot of changes going on right now. There's a lot of things that are uncertain. I want to keep doing these videos at least for the near future until things seem to be...
Yep, I want to keep begging
everyone knows
every
exactly
week.
What's going on and what to expect. So we've got a lot of good news. That's the good thing. We got a little bit of kind of bad news and uncertainty. I'll talk a little bit about that. And in general, I just want to let you know kind of the health of everything going on around here. Because there's been a lot of changes. Let's face it, the past month, right? Just think about the things that I've changed. Number one, I now stream an hour earlier every single day. So now my gameplay streams are 4+ hours long. And I usually end up working a little bit later every day too. Some days are exception, but most days I end up working a little bit later than usual. So really I've extended my work day by about 2 hours every day, but I am taking a day off every week. Incidentally,
Oh no, he extended it. Sorry, let me just go back. How long did he say? Sorry, I was distracted changing the volume. I'm a professional.
Because there's been a lot of changes. Let's face it, the past month, right? Just think about the things that I've changed. Number one, I now stream an hour earlier every single day. So now my gameplay streams are 4+ hours long.
I think his streams start at like 11 or 12 o'clock. So he has to get up at like 10 instead of 11. I don't get up super early. I get up at like 7:15.
And I usually end up working a little bit later every day too. Some days are exception, but most days I end up working a little bit later than usual. So really I've extended my work day by about 2 hours every day, but I am taking a day off every week. Incidentally, I'm actually filming this video on a Sunday night. It's actually Sunday, March 26th. I just filmed the weekend preview and now I'm filming this. Tomorrow is my day off, so I'm actually releasing this video tomorrow on Monday. So it's fun. It gives me something to do too. Like I have videos saved up. I have gameplay videos for tomorrow. I have this video for that day. So rather than me having to be here every single day on stream, I get to a day away from it.
I love how this is like a strange concept to him. He's like, there's this feature on YouTube where you can schedule stuff. You don't have to just upload everything you film right away. I mean, when I go on like vacation or something, I normally just film an extra video or two, set it for delayed upload, and then I just go and I don't worry about it. It is important to keep like consistency in your posting, but he says this like this is some sort of I don't know.
Which is good. I need that kind of relaxation and downtime to get me away from it for a day a week, right? Honestly, everyone deserves to have kind of a day of rest every single week.
Now, Tevin C was pointing this out, and I think this is and I just want to say in advance, if anyone's going to complain that I call him manic depressive, I have bipolar, so it's
yeah,
I
a day
own the
away
word.
from it, which is good.
Okay, I just want to pause on this.
To get me away from it for a day a
this
week,
mug.
Right? Honestly, everyone deserves to have kind of a day of rest every single week.
Okay, now people were pointing out that like they didn't even get a black mug. They just took like a shitty sticker and slapped it on the mug. Okay, you know what? Let's take a field trip, guys, because everyone likes field trips. Let's look at his shitty Teespring. And this Teespring is like, I couldn't believe how fucking bad this is. Okay, sorry, let me just pause for a second. Sorry, don't worry. I'm a professional. Okay, so let's look at DSP's Teespring store. It's so bad. I messaged him personally, and I used the I personally like posted a comment in his video, and I said if he made a t-shirt that says "It is what it is, nothing I can do, but I digress," I would actually buy that. So, like most of these, wow, I don't really recall DSP saying "wow, dude" that much. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I don't even, like, what is that? It looks like fucking, I don't even know. That actually looks like vomit. Okay. I'm pressing buttons. Okay, so let's see here. I'm pressing buttons. Oh, like, this also looks like shit. This isn't fun. Like, this just looks awful. Okay, this actually, Theo Videos was talking about this. This looks like, this actually makes me nauseous. Why is there, like, what is the point? Why does DSP, apparently he's supposed to look like Big Boss? I don't know, he doesn't look like Big Boss to me. Glitchy. That looks awful. These are the worst. And the thing that I think really pissed me off about this is this fucking skull. So this is like his bestseller, this skull. But I'm like, what is, like, I don't get it. What does this have to do with DSP? Has he ever used a skull before? Has he ever, like, has this ever been his logo for anything at any point in time? No. Sorry, people are talking about needing to justify a DSP video. No, it's not that I don't like doing the video. It's not that I take flack for it. I just don't want to be a detractor channel, because I feel like there's a lot of other, like, more interesting stuff I talk about. Like, I had a really good live stream where a bunch of people I talked about suicide and self-esteem and self-harm and stuff like that. And I think, like, that's a lot more important. This is just kind of for fun, but I don't want it to take over. So yeah, so this is, I don't know what this has to do with the King of Hate. Then there's the watermelon one. Like, honestly, that's not that bad a one. Here's the other one, the Many Faces of DSP, which is only 2 faces. Like, look, it's just him wearing a cowboy hat and him with that fucking sleeping thing on. Okay, let's see here. What else is there? Okay, he just stole the dark side. Look, they just stole it. He just took it and put it on his shirt. It's Dark Souls DSP. Because, you know, DSP is such a fan of Dark Souls. I mean, a lot of this is just kind of vomit-inducing. Like, this logo is awful. Look at this. look how shitty that looks. I mean, come on. Like, I don't expect it to be the fucking Sistine Chapel. I don't expect it to be the fresco on the Duomo, but this literally makes me nauseous just looking at it. Okay, I think that's enough of the shitty DSP stuff. I can't take it. Let's just get back to this video. Sorry for the field trip.
You know, I realize a lot of people don't get that option, but you know, if you can have it and you can take it, you should. And the bottom line is, since I moved here in 2014, I didn't do that. Now I'm finally realizing what the hell have I been doing, right? So anyway, let's talk about all the things.
By the way, why I say he's manic is when I'm like
you know,
in
if you haven't been paying attention, I don't
a
know how
manic
many
phase and
now,
I've had too much coffee, I start jittering
YouTube ad
around
revenue
like
absolutely
this.
plummeted in February for me.
Like,
I went to
this
Machinima,
man is
asked them
not
what the hell
well.
happened, and they basically gave me the runaround. They either weren't responding, or the responses they gave me were generic, or were waiting for answers from YouTube. And this went on for the greater part of 2 weeks, where I wasn't getting answers. I'm like, how am I gonna pay my bills if I'm not making any money on YouTube videos anymore, inexplicably out of nowhere? I was assured that it wasn't because my channel had been flagged as, say, inappropriate for audiences or ad unfriendly or anything like that. It just seemed like YouTube ad revenue plummeted out of nowhere, and no one wanted to give me any answers. So, I can't tell you the full story yet. In a couple weeks, I'll be able to, because in a couple weeks, my final channel that's still with Machinima, KO Gaming, will be out of its partnership with Machinima, and I'll be able to tell you the full story of what happened.
Okay, just another thing. Like, look how shit this like outfit is. And I don't like want to talk because I don't dress particularly good. I normally just wear t-shirts and jeans when I'm not working. But like, this is the fucking ugliest t-shirt ever. Like, he's trying to look like a bro, and he's got this fucking, like, look at that. It just looks, oh, the beanie looks awful.
Behind the scenes, but the short story is I'm no longer with Machinima. We were both going our separate ways here.
It doesn't match.
After me being partnered with them since 2011. It was very uncertain. I didn't know what to do, and I made a video several weeks ago about, gee, what should I do here? Let
me think, what hat do I have? I have a black ball cap with the Nerve logo on it, and I have a Conservative Party of Canada
integrated
hat.
A hybrid where I do live streaming, and my live streamings are a lot different, where my content is very focused on the people who are in
that
the
I wear to
stream,
trigger
talking with them,
liberals,
giving thank you shout outs for people who cheer with bits and, you know, toss me little micro donations during the streams and sub to the channel to try to get more people to do that, so that my streaming could be more profitable. Because if my streaming can be more profitable, it can make up for this drop in ad revenue on YouTube that seems inexplicable and didn't seem to ever be gonna fixing itself. Okay. So in the meantime, while I was
like, but it wasn't inexplicable. Oh, okay. It may just be me, but it's slightly hard to hear you over DSP's audio. Yeah, that's fine. It's hard to sometimes figure out how to balance it just because I can't hear it without it going back through. So there we go. I turned the mic up a bit. I'll turn DSP down just a little, and hopefully that'll be, we'll just see how it goes. Anyways, so he's saying it like it's some sort of mystery, like, oh, ad revenue was down in February. Well, January and February are the worst months of the year for ad revenue. Like, my CPM went down, I think, like, I don't know, are you not allowed to say what your CPM is? I don't really care. RPM. Let's say it was like 6 or 7 Canadian dollars in December, and then in January it was like 2 or less. That's in like the general area, because Christmas is the biggest advertising month of the year. And, like, what is there in January and February? I guess there's a bit of a boost before the Super Bowl, but it's dead. There's no major holidays. There's just, you say it like it's some sort of mystery.
Trying to decide what I was going to do. I got a new partnership for DSP Gaming with Curse. For those who are unaware, Curse is a company that's called Union for Gamers. It only partners gameplay channels. Unlike Machinima that partners vlogging and everything else. They
Union
only
for
gameplay
Gamers.
Channels, all right?
Wow.
They're well known. They're one of the higher regarded networks out there for partnering of gameplay channels. They offer pretty much all the same perks that Machinima did, including having partnerships with music companies and stuff.
Well, did Machinima actually offer any perks? I mean, he didn't offer. Sorry, just a side note, just people in the chat are saying, I don't think I mentioned this. I actually went back and I watched his Heavy Rain playthrough, and it was shocking. And it's partially why this is so. It makes it even more depressing. Because back in the day, he used to have energy. Like, when I was watching the Heavy Rain playthrough, he was engaged in it, he was making funny jokes, he was genuinely interested in the game. Like, when he was kind of, like, waiting for it to load, he's like, oh, look, it came with this cool little origami, and you can make the origami crane, like, that the origami killer uses. And at the end of each day he played the game, he did like a vlog where he talked about the evidence and he talked about who he thought the killer was. And then afterwards, he did a couple videos kind of talking about it, just some reflections on it. And he like genuinely seemed to like it. Like he seemed interested, he seemed engaged, and it was a fun playthrough to watch. I've tried to watch his like actual playthroughs on his channel. I tried to watch Resident Evil 7, and it's just fucking boring. It's not even that he's bad at the game. He's just not funny. Well, we'll get into this. I'm just going to
use these sound effects and music in your videos and stuff like that. The only bummer is, number one, I'm not making as much money. Well, the agreement I have with Curse is for less money than the agreement I have with Machinima. I can't give you the specifics because that's not allowed, but I can say it's not for as much money. And number two, it's not a managed partnership. So since I've been with...
So do networks just pay you a flat rate or something? It's kind of weird, to be perfectly honest, because, I mean... My RPM just goes up and down based on the advertising time of year. So is it just like I'll pay you $250 for every 1,000 advertised views or something? Like I don't get, aside from copy ID, which isn't really that big a thing anymore, why you would need to be partnered.
Curse now for about 2 weeks.
It doesn't really do anything.
Here's what I've seen. Sadly, a ridiculous ton of my videos, and I know because I'm getting emails every day, so I'm picking up my phone. I get a ton of emails every day. Of the 40,000 plus gameplay videos on DSP Gaming, every day probably about 2 to 3 dozen, so probably about 30 to 40 videos are getting content ID matched, and therefore advertisements on those videos no longer are earning me any money. Or, in worst case, and this is the worst case scenario here, they're getting blocked outright and you can't watch them anymore. The playthroughs I'm noticing this on the most are all of my Grand Theft Auto playthroughs, all my Watch Dogs playthroughs, my Saints Row playthroughs, any playthrough that I've done that was an open world sandbox.
Okay, just to make a side note, just on this general content ID thing. What YouTube should do if they were smart is you should be able to allocate portions of your ad revenue. Like, for instance, for these, if there was an option to give DSP 50% of what I made off of the video, because I am using his content, that I think that would be good. Like for the video game ones, how about just get rid of content ID and they just get a portion of the ad revenue? So yeah, I think that would just be the easiest thing to do. I don't know.
Game that had licensed music on a car radio while you were playing. All of those playthroughs are getting completely claimed or blocked, one or the other. And that sucks. I know that sucks because those are some of my best playthroughs. Some of those playthroughs are the ones that people are, wow, I saw Phil play that game back in the day. That was amazing. And now you're going to go back to watch it and half of it's muted or blocked. And you're like, what the fuck is that? It sucks. It really does that these companies, this automated bullshit system on YouTube with Content ID, double dips for music companies when they have no right to any ad revenue from those videos. I'm going to say this again. I've said it a million times.
Well, I think
legally they don't have a leg to stand on. All right? Because I don't have an arrangement with the music company. The game maker did. The game maker, so let's say Rockstar, paid those music companies to license their music to be in their game.
Yeah, but it was only for the one game.
The music's in it. They already made their money. All right? Now, because
you're using their music.
Play a derivative work off of the original game with the music in it doesn't mean they get another cut. They were already paid by Rockstar.
Okay, I kind of agree and disagree here. He does have a point. The content ID system is bullshit. My issue with it isn't that you're sharing revenue with them. Because if Nintendo wanted to say, for instance, look, Argent, you want to play Zelda. Because you're playing Zelda, that's our game, and people might not buy it because you're using the footage. You bought it with the expectation it was for personal usage and not for commercial usage. But because it's a transformative work, because we don't own all the gameplay, just give us like a 20% cut and you can play it. And I think that's the way it should be dealt with. And in those GTA videos, they should just get, I don't know, a 10-20% cut for whatever the music is. Them getting all the money from it is retarded. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I don't know. You can just divide up the ad revenue. It's easy to do with digital stuff. It would be one thing
if I was lifting music off the internet and putting it into my videos. Yeah, then they have a legal leg to stand on because no one paid them for that usage. They've already been paid for the use of their music.
Sorry, I keep stopping, but there's a lot of interesting stuff here.
They were already paid for years and years ago.
Not what he's saying. He's really fucking boring. But I just think there's kind of some interesting copyright issues.
And in a lot of cases, it's a system that shouldn't be in place. And if you actually contact a lot of these companies, they say, "Oh no, that's just an auto match. We didn't even actively do that."
If my sipping my Coke Zero is too loud, let me know.
But sadly, YouTube, unless you're in a managed partnership, doesn't protect you from this shit. Other than the Grand Theft Auto, I've noticed all of my WWE playthroughs, every single one, is slowly but surely getting claimed. So all that music that was in the WWE games, getting claimed, either getting blocked or muted or whatever. So all those playthroughs, sadly, look like they're going to go away. And there's nothing I can do about that. The Naruto games that I played are all getting claimed. All the Naruto stuff is getting claimed.
You know, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is actually really good. It has some of the best music I've ever seen in a video game. It's actually so good, I couldn't believe it. If you want to watch those playthroughs, I strongly encourage you right now to watch them right away, because within a couple weeks to months here, as all these content ID claims seep into my 40,000 plus videos on YouTube because of this automated bullshit system that's completely illegal, they're going to go away. I mean, you're either not going to be able to see them or the music's going to be muted and it's going to be terrible. So you got to watch. If you're going to watch any of that stuff, you got to watch it right away, all right? Because it's going to go away. Now, when you think about games like Grand Theft Auto, I mean, I could always go back to those games later, especially for the fact that, you know, I played the original versions of a lot of those on PS2. Maybe I could go back and play the remastered versions that they've now remade in HD and stuff like that, and I just take the music out at that point, which is very possible, and, you know, I think people might enjoy that. In fact, San Andreas, a replay of San Andreas was one of the things last year that was up in the polls for me to do, and I ended up being like second place, so I didn't do it. So we'll see in the future. Maybe I'll go back to them and redo them with better quality and everything, so that way they're still there and you can watch them on YouTube rather than be all fucking muted and shit. But that's what's going on right now, sadly, okay? But the good news is DSP Gaming is partnered and is making money. And here's the weird thing, folks. Now, this is not based on any kind of actual fact or whatever. This is just me telling you the fact. Wait a minute. Let's just go back and listen to that again, because that's weird even for him.
This is not based on any kind of actual fact or whatever. This is just me telling you the facts, all right? This is not based on any kind of evidence that I have regarding...
Okay, this is not based on any kind of actual fact. This is me just telling you the facts. So it's not based... So is it based on facts? Or is it... I don't know. I guess he misspoke, but that was really weird.
Not based on any kind of actual fact or whatever. This is just me telling you the facts, all right? This is not based on any kind of evidence that I have regarding Machinima or anything like that. But here's the facts, all right? In February...
No, but he repeated himself. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry guys. I have to dissect this, because this is bizarre.
This is not based on any kind of actual fact.
Okay, so he's saying it's not based on any kind of actual fact. Okay, I get that.
Or whatever. This is just me telling you the fact.
This is just me telling you the facts. So it's not based on any actual facts, but this is him telling you the facts.
All right, this is not based on any kind of evidence that I have regarding Machinima.
This is not based on any kind of evidence I have.
Or anything like that. But here's the fact.
But here's the facts. So he goes back and forth. He goes back. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just...
All right? In February...
It's too funny.
In February, I saw an almost 50% reduction in ad revenue for the DSP Gaming channel. Almost 50% out of nowhere. Inexplicable, doesn't make any sense that there would be that much of a drop in ad revenue. And again, Machinima and YouTube were not giving me any...
Sorry for stopping. It's not that just that he did it once. He did it like 4 times in like 30 seconds.
And became partnered with Curse. Since I've been partnered with Curse, this is not an exaggeration, I am now making on DSP Gaming 2 to 3 times as much money a day as I was when I was partnered with Machinima. Now, it makes no sense because the agreement I had with Machinima was that I was supposed to be making more ad revenue. Like, I was making more of a higher percentage of the profits of ad revenue on my videos. But for some reason, overall, the ad revenue on my videos was abysmal when I was with Machinima. Now that I'm with Curse, the ad revenue has skyrocketed. Like, is it because I let... of Twitch and I took it...
Well, it could be that Machinima just sucks at ad revenue. I mean... Yeah. They might just be bad at negotiating it.
The difference, but I'm serious. Like, at least looking at daily what I was making with Machinima in February compared to daily what I'm making now with Curse, it's 2 to 3 times as much. What the fuck? And how is that possible? You would think it's the same ads, but apparently not. It must not be. Unless there's some miraculous switch that flipped because I went from Machinima to Curse. They said, well, Phil's now greenlit for good ads again, and they gave me the better ads. I don't know. I don't know how it works. And by the way, there's no information anywhere about this. If you ask
no information.
If you ask the partnership network, they won't know. And if you look on the internet, no one knows shit. So there's no information whatsoever about this.
I bet you money he didn't actually look it up. If I jumped ship
from Machinima 2-3 years ago and went to another partnership network, would I have been making more money all along? Well, maybe. And there's no way to...
Okay, if you guys, if you guys haven't probably don't remember, a couple years ago his old contract ran out, and he had some time to go and talk to other partnership networks, and he talked to like 2 different, I think he said I talked to 3 networks. So he talked to like 3 networks for like 1 email, and then he never looked into it again. And that was his attempt. So he's like asking like this is a mystery when he could have done this the last 3 years. I mean, if this was your business, if this was like how you paid your bills, you'd think you'd be like, okay, so I make the videos. Okay, so that's one part of it. Then there's the views. Then there's the ads. And you'd be like, well, maybe I should see. Okay, so I've changed how I'm making the videos. I'm trying to do other stuff to get views. Maybe I should look at how to make more money off of ads. No, that's not how people run a business. No,
but this is the truth of the matter right now. Okay,
it's the truth of the matter.
So at least that's good news. Is that DSP Gaming? It's not making enough money to support.
Yeah, I want everyone to remember this.
But at least it's making more money than it was.
He just said.
So that's
okay. He just said he's making. I think it's 2 to 3 times as much. I just want to keep that in mind. He said he's making 2 or 3 times as much money.
Thing, okay. Now this channel, this channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, is no longer partnered with any partnership network because it's a vlogging channel. It doesn't have to be.
Why was it ever partnered?
Protections from Content ID or whatever. I don't use music or anything on this channel. Nothing. It's just me talking to a camera. This is the most protected channel there is. Like there's nothing that they could get me on.
Well then, why was it partnered? Why are you giving Machinima some of your money?
So far so good. It's working fine. I'm making barely any money on it, but you know what? I'm making just as much money now on this channel as I was when it was partnered with Machinima.
Probably more.
So this channel never made any money. This channel literally would be like a couple $100 a month top.
Okay, I love how he said a couple $100 a month on his shitty vlogging channel. I don't even make a couple $100 a month, and I get like almost as many views as he does. He makes a couple $100 a month on this channel. Like, keep this in mind, because later on he'll say, oh, I got an extra $100 on Patreon, and he says like that's amazing, but making like $200-300 a month on this channel, like that's as much as I don't know.
That's the truth. Even when last year when I was doing those reaction vlogs all the time and they were getting good views, I was making like $200 a month on his channel.
Yes, he does still have his Condo.
That's why this year
we'll get to that in a bit. I think that whole thing was a bait and switch.
He's not paying my bills. This channel is always just a way for me to communicate with you and share some ongoing long-running series and stuff. It's not my main concern business-wise. Okay, so that's great, and you know. This channel's going fine, so that's good.
The money I make here goes right into my tax-free savings account in like index funds.
I could be wrong. It may be actually at the middle of the second week of April. I have to look it up. But basically, that's where the contract expires.
If I was making like 2 or 3 grand a year off of that, and of this, then that would be amazing. I could top up a lot of my investments. I haven't been doing
anything for KO Gaming, and that's literally because I've been so busy with the new releases, which have all been incredibly long games, that I haven't had a spare moment to do anything for KO Gaming. Like, I haven't had a chance to do a first impressions video. I haven't finished any games yet, so I can't actually review anything for the channel yet. And I did put up, the last video I put up there was a fan submission. It was,
okay, I'll pause in a second.
DSP plays Battlefield Bad Company to a bridge, and I did that like over 2 weeks ago. And that was good, but I don't want to keep putting those videos up with nothing else. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you know what's better? You know what's worse than putting up shitty fan submissions? Is putting up nothing. His channel's fucking dead. Okay, let's just take another field trip because I need to take breaks from this because it's just such fucking cringe. Okay, so let's see here. KO Gaming. I don't know if it's still true, but for a while I actually had more views than KO Gaming. Just because of how little he fucking goes with the channel. Okay, so the last thing he put up was 2 weeks ago. Someone's talking about his condo. I'll talk about that later because I've talked about this in the past, but it's always good to go over it again. So let's see how I compare to DSP. Does it say? So DSP gets... Yeah, I don't get nearly as many views as he does. I think that's just because, though... Actually, let's see. A few more in Social Blade. Okay, let me sign in. Fuck you, okay. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I am a professional. Let's see here. So we'll do DSP versus... Can I do... where's compare? Oh, there we go. Compare. So I want to compare KO Gaming versus Argent, aka me. Okay, so total subscribers. Oh no, that's a different KO Gaming. My bad. Okay, KO Gaming 1. Okay, so okay, so he has like 20 times the number of subs as me. I think my subs are growing faster than his though. Yeah, so my daily earnings are actually higher than. Oh no, they're similar to his actually. Monthly projections, yearly projections. Let's see here. So yeah, I think I'm actually net gaining more subscribers than him, or it's very similar. So yeah, just let's see predictions. Yeah, I'll gradually close the gap with him. Anyways,
like I want to mix in those submission videos along with my own content. Right now, I have none of my own content to put out on that channel. Now, shortly that may change. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna be.
No, but seriously, how long would it take for him to just take scenes from the trailer, cut it up, talk about the game for 5 minutes, just be like, "Look, I like the Zelda game. It's cool that they did this. It's cool that they did that." Like he could literally just load a level of the game, play it, and then talk over it and say, I find it's interesting they did this. I find it interesting that you did that. And I think that would just work.
That I'm finishing up, and I do plan on doing some of that stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on KO Gaming. Probably sometime in April, there'll be a hell of a lot more stuff on it. But right now,
there won't be anything in April.
That's why.
He's too lazy to do anything.
Zelda, with like 60 plus hours of gameplay still going. Mass Effect Andromeda, an insanely long game. Danganronpa, an insanely long game. And Nier Automata, I wasn't going to review because you have to play the game 3 times to actually get to the end of it, and I only did it once. That's all I had time for, so I didn't want to say, oh, let me go review the game and only review the first run-through instead of the 3. That wouldn't be fair to the game, so there was no reason for me to do that either.
Excuse me.
So, in regards to YouTube, the news is good but not great. The good news is DSP Gaming in a new partnership. Bad news with it is that unfortunately,
I'm gonna say actually, and this may strike some people as weird, I actually think his reviews are pretty good.
But the good news
I actually can watch one of his reviews on KO Gaming, and I unironically like them.
Again, no explanation.
He's a lot more eloquent when he does it.
How is it that as soon as I leave Machinima and go with another network, immediately the profit goes boop, like this?
You already said
obviously
this.
There's something going on behind the scenes here. Quite honestly, this would be one of the major reasons why I just split with Machinima. Which again,
you just said this 5 minutes ago.
The final partnership is done. I will give you the details. Wait till you hear the story. You won't believe it. I couldn't believe it when it happened. But you know what? With all the shit going on with Machinima right now, there's a lot of negative press with them right now. In fact, they are now. You might not have heard the story. They're discontinuing as of the end of March their partnership with Audio.
Okay, I am watching playing this at 120% speed, but that's just so we can get through this shit show faster.
If you're a Machinima partner, they just decided to end it out of nowhere. No explanation. Just take it gone. So people who do edited videos and are under a Machinima partnership now have no resource to use music whatsoever in their videos. No explanation either. By the way, I still have that partnership. Curse, who I'm with now, has that partnership. So I can still use audio micro music in all of my videos and I don't have any problems. So that's a good thing, right? But that's what I mean. Like, everything about Machinima now is negative, negative, negative. I think it was the right time to leave, honestly. I really do. I think that things happen for a reason, some people tend to say. I think in this case, this particular break with the company that I've been with for some 5-6 years is a good thing. From all things I'm seeing right now, right? Making more money.
Look at this. He's having like a fucking seizure on camera.
Long run, because there's no way you can tell long run, but for now,
like, look at this.
Like I said, I'll have more information. I'll do a whole
He's like this is disturbing.
Experiences with Machinima.
I understand this is sped up.
Ends in early to mid-April.
Okay, I'll slow this down a little.
Per se, and that's going to be a very interesting video that people have been waiting for a while. All right. Okay, so on YouTube, that's how things are going. Now let's talk about Twitch, because Twitch, things have changed.
Yeah, so there's all that rambling. I have to say though, and they pointed this out on the Sons of Kojima, that like, is it really a good idea to shit talk the company you were with for 6 years? Like, is it really a good idea to go that like, oh, I was with Machinima, Machinima was shit, fuck them, I'm gonna like do this big tell-all, I'm gonna try and like basically ruin Machinima's reputation. Are you going to want to do business with a guy like that? I wouldn't want to do business with a guy like that. Everyone who's ever done business with him, be it John Rambo and Howard, be it Machinima, be it his family, be it the FGC, everyone
on Twitch, right? My daily gameplay now, my streams are very different than they used to be.
No,
I'm
they're the
engaged
same.
with the stream chat. I'm actively responding to
No,
things
you
they're saying
don't.
and talking with them, reading their messages, interacting, you know.
He
They're
just
helping
reads
me a
if they
little
give
bit
him
with the games.
money.
They're not fucking hand-holding me and doing
It
telling me how
pisses
to
me
do
the
every single
fuck
thing in
off
the
this
game.
guy
In fact,
had
it's
the
funny.
ball. Okay, sorry, just keep stopping. It pissed me the fuck off that this guy had the balls to demand $1,200 for people to talk to him. What happened to his family, Argent? He's just a dick about them. It's nothing in particular. But yeah, like he's charging $1,200. He like for his Twitch and chill. He's like, if you give me $1,200, I'll interact with you. I mean, I don't know. I'd never do something like that. That
Whenever,
actually
like, I
really
go
pisses
against the
me off.
boss in Zelda, everyone's like, shut up, don't tell him how to beat it. Let him do it for himself first, and if he can't do it, you know, on himself.
This is at
then
normal
tell him how to
speed,
do it.
actually.
And that's
This
how
is
we're
literally
approaching
what
it.
he's
Give me
going
the
on.
honest college try first at everything I do in a game, and then if I can't figure it out,
I'll put
and get
this back
frustrated,
up to
then give me a
under
little bit of
20.
help, so I can progress.
It
and
increases
a
the
more
impact.
entertaining gameplay experience. Because if I'm stuck here for 4 hours on the same boss, no one's gonna watch and no one's gonna care. Of course, there's a few idiots out there who all they care about is rage, so they can make their fucking little illegal videos, stealing the content of me raging to make me look bad. But I don't care about those fucking people. I care about the viewers who are here to have fun and to have an engaging experience and who are going to watch my stuff and be there in the long run. Those who are participating in the streams today, who are cheering with bits, who are subbing to the channel. Boy, do I have great news in regards to that, which I'll talk about in a moment. And, you know, leaving me tips. I opened up the ability to tip me a couple weeks ago, and that's been going
Okay, this is
great.
what you all to
So,
keep in mind.
regards to the streaming,
Okay, he's talking so much about how much more money he's making. I'm making all this money, guys. I'm making all this money. Everything's going good. Wait till part
Twitch,
2 of this
overall,
video.
here's the deal. I've now done this.
And he's doing
new
these
streaming
weekly
method.
from
Let's see.
now
I
on.
started the new streaming method when I started playing Zelda. So at this point today, it's almost been 3 weeks now with the new streaming method. Okay.
3 weeks.
Here's what's happened. Wait till you hear the news. This is pretty good news.
Pretty good news.
Number one, every single day that I've streamed, I get new subs and I get a bunch of new followers. There hasn't been a single day that I've streamed in this new method that I haven't gotten additional subs or followers. Every day there's positive growth, which is a good thing. Number two, I have hit a milestone in regards to subs, okay? I now have over 250 subscribers to my Twitch channel. Now, for those who watch bigger Twitch streamers who've done this for years and years, of course you're going to say, well, that's nothing. Of course. But for me, it's a milestone. Even when I used to use Twitch back in 2013 and 2014, I never had 250 subscribers ever. I think the most I had was just over 200. So...
Okay, guys, let's just talk about this for a second. So he says he has 250 subscribers. So let's just do a little math. We're going to go on well, you can't see my calculator because I'm too lazy to put it up. But a subscriber pays $5 a month. So that's 250 times 5. Now, Twitch takes half of that money. So that's 1,250 divided by 2. So that's $625 a month times 12. So he makes $7,500 a year off of those subs. $7,500 a year. That's not including ad revenue. That's not including donations. That's a lot of money, unless I'm like really off.
In 3 weeks' time, I went from like 100 subscribers to over 250. That's awesome. That is really positive.
I could like max it. No, I couldn't max it. I could put a lot more money in my
more, they're
RSPs.
showing up more. They're interacting more, and that's a great thing. So that's good. What's happened is I now have the ability to add 2 more emotes. So I have 10 emotes total, and I've already submitted one. My viewer and moderator on the stream chat, Condo, actually designed a new one for me. That's going to be added shortly. I already submitted it, and I'm waiting to see if anyone else works on one more, so we can have 10. The next milestone for Twitch is 500 subscribers. I don't think I'm hitting that one anytime soon. Maybe by the end of the year, if I keep this up and the positive growth keeps continuing, maybe by the end of the year we'll see 500 subs, and then I get another 5 emotes, which is pretty cool. But for now, 250, I couldn't be more happy. I mean, in 3 weeks, are you kidding me? I have more than double the amount of subs that I had, and I'm getting so much positive growth. I got a bunch of people who host me now. That's the other cool thing. I went to the hosting ability of Twitch, and I took it to look for channels that are similar to mine. It just so happens that because I was streaming a lot of Dark Souls in January, I ended up pairing me with a lot of Dark Souls style streamers. But I also got Arturo Sanchez in there, you know, my old school friend from the fighting game community. Who
Arturo
still does
Sanchez
stuff with Street Fighter and other stuff. I got him in there, and what happens is during the day when I'm not streaming, the channel auto hosts these people, so people get a few more views. I actually noticed the other day one of them, his name is Todo Mayor, and he plays exclusively like From Software stuff. He ended up getting a few subs out of it. And I went to his stream and I said, just so you know, I hope that this is helping you because I was never part of that Twitch culture with hosting. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it, that it's a social aspect and that people help each other out. And since I started doing the hosting, other people are getting help and people are coming to my streams from other people's streams as well. And it's awesome. It's all working out. Like, I love this feeling. It's so different from YouTube. On YouTube, it's like, fuck that guy over there. He's my competitor. He's a piece of shit. I want nothing to do with him. And now I'm on Twitch. It's like people are like, be nice to each other. Check out this guy's content. Check out that guy's content when I'm not streaming.
No, but it is like that on YouTube. I mean, a lot of the people I used to, a lot of them have just left. It's not that I had beefs with them, like Adam Wallace or Babs or just some of the other people. Some of them I had beefs with, but most of them have just kind of left to go do some other stuff. They have to go to school or they moved or something like that. But yeah, so there is that community. I mean, one time I was talking to my buddy Undertow, and he's like, Argent, do you want to go on the Bitchute stream or whatever it's called? I'm like, sure, that sounds great. So I just, yeah. And I mean, that stuff happens. Like, there's lots of people I could message and go on their channels.
It's a different feeling. It's awesome. It's something positive. Something positive. Wow. Figure that one out. There's actually something positive on the internet in this day and age. I thought it was all
There's
gone.
actually
Apparently
something positive on the internet.
On Twitch right now. So yeah, so everything on Twitch has been good. And ultimately, to let you know the result, ultimately my overall views on Twitch, they're not sky high.
I mean, look at
In fact,
this.
I got, for the first week that I played new games, for example, the first week I played Zelda, the first week that I played, or the first few days that I played Mass Effect, etc., views were good. Then they tapered off. That always happens with ongoing playthroughs, because there's some people who they're still in that mindset that they have to see every part in every video before they see the next.
Okay,
so
let's just slow down.
And, you know, when I play a game like Zelda, where I've already played over
crazy.
50 freaking hours, how many people have honestly watched all 50 hours of my Zelda playthrough? Probably not a lot, maybe a couple hundred out of the thousands that I'm currently watching. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not getting ridiculous numbers on my streams for stuff. I think what'll happen.
Now, I think there's something I should say here. The issue with DSP isn't the amount of time things take. The issue isn't like that DSP is taking all that like that it's his playthroughs are 50 hours long. The thing with DSP and why people don't like him and they don't watch his Let's Plays is there's like what the main thing you go to when you're watching a Let's Play is, yes, you can watch it because you want to see the game. Maybe you want to see the game. Maybe like you just watch something like I just wanted to watch a Tales of the Abyss playthrough because you can't buy the game because it's too much money, or it's for another console, or you just don't want to sit and play it manually. So sometimes you just might go watch something for that reason. Like although I do like his commentary, there's this guy Captain Chaos who does Let's Reads of visual novels. So there's that aspect. So even if he wasn't great personally speaking, you'd still watch it. So you have that. What DSP does is he tries to show you the game, which only works for kind of the first couple videos. The real thing, though, is and why people don't watch him is because he's boring. The main thing when you're an entertainer or you're doing something like this is you have to be interesting. People have to like your... People have to like your personality. They have to think you're like interesting. They have to like you. Probably as a person, like, oh, he seems like he seems like he's a decent guy. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. He's good with his fans, something like that. And they can make like witty comments. They can kind of talk about stuff like maybe you're playing a horror game. You talk about like the themes of horror. You talk about that sort of thing. But DSP's just boring. Like, he doesn't make references to things. He doesn't really know anything because all he does is he just plays video games all day. If he had, like, if he read more books, he would be a much better Let's Play.
From a viewership who
or did anything
every part
other
of a
than this.
playthrough to a viewership on Twitch who are only there just to hang out with me. They don't care what game I'm playing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing.
No, it doesn't.
I'm here to have fun. And if the game sucks or the game's great, regardless, we're going to have a fun time on stream. That's kind of my methodology now. Is if the game sucks, let's interact. Let's talk on stream about stuff and do other things so that we can get other stuff going. When I'm playing Mass Effect Andromeda and I have to drive from one side of a fucking barren planet to the other fucking side of a barren planet and it's going to take me 5 to 10 minutes, there's at least chat in the stream chat. So we're occupied and we got something to fucking do, right? Because the bottom line is, I can't believe how many of these games have gone sandbox style, and now there's just so much dead time when you're playing the fucking game. It's all time killer bullshit. So that's what the stream chat is for. That's what the new chat interaction is for.
Whoa.
I do want to say special thank you, shout out to Dr. Zombie. It's a longtime fan and viewer of mine who I'm kind of friends with him outside of the YouTube thing too, because I talked to him.
No, you're not. You don't have any friends,
about
Phil.
stuff back and forth. And he designed all of those pop-up notifications that you've been seeing in my gameplay videos this month. He designed all of them.
He's going
going out of his way, to do these, and he loves doing it. He's his hobby. He's an artist, and he likes doing this stuff. And he says, this is, if it helps me, he's willing to work on stuff. And he says he's working on new stuff for future playthroughs as well and other ones. So that's awesome. So shout out to Dr. Zombies. He's been amazing putting that stuff together. It's been really good. And by the way, if anyone wants to work on fan art, or anyone wants to take their own kind of take at those moving GIFs or GIFs or whatever you call them for notifications, you can. I have a whole section on my kingofhate.com forums. The kingofhate.com/forums. There's that section there for that artwork that you can submit it, and I review it, and if I like it, I'll put it on my pre-streams or I'll use it on my streams, all right? So that's been positive. But overall, to give you guys a picture here, the profitability of streaming on Twitch, FYI, now I've been doing this for 3 weeks, and what Twitch does is it takes it by about a month at a time when it gives you like at a glance how much money you've been making on Twitch. I have more than doubled the amount of money that I'm making live streaming. Now, I was making an okay amount of money live streaming previously. Okay. Now it's actually pretty damn good.
Now it's pretty damn good.
If I keep up the way I'm doing and I continuously grow like I'm doing right now.
Okay. So he's massively increased the amount of money he's getting on Twitch. His Patreon stayed the same, and his YouTube doubled. Okay.
Twitch may, in the next few months, this is no exaggeration, in the next few months, Twitch may actually become my main source of income. YouTube may become the supplementary source of income. And then other things like Teespring and Patreon are just the final things that put the whole thing together and allow me to pay my bills and do this as a business, okay? So right now, the changes that I have made, leaving Machinima, going to Curse as a new partnership network, changing up my video style, making it more interactive with people who are on the stream and having these pop-up notifications and giving shout-outs and being overall more interactive is making me more money on Twitch. And combine all those factors together, okay?
Combine it all together.
Actually looking like come May, June, I may be not great, but I may be back on my feet financially.
Okay.
To a point.
He may be back on his feet. See, he's got, things are good. He just went on and on and on about how much money he's making. He just keeps talking about it. From this, you would think he doesn't need money anymore. Oh my God, can I pay my bills? Oh my God, will my bank account be overdrawn this month? Oh my God, do I have to juggle 500, things and pay this one on this date and this one on this date and have to worry about all of that for the first time in some 6+ months? Because ever since last fall, when all this started going on with the views dropping, ad revenue plummeting, and everything, it's been a constant nightmare of me worrying about this shit. It really has. It's been a constant nightmare. No one else has
like
those issues.
Is to those, number one, to those who are my long time fans, my long-time viewers.
I want more money.
For understanding. Now, I know there's a bunch of people who, no matter what, whenever there's change, they're upset. They're upset that I've now changed my video style. For
He's making fun of the people.
They can't believe that my videos, I'm making shorter videos now to try to get my view engagement back up on DSP Gaming so we can get back into search rankings and get better advertisements again. So all these, and they're all upset. Whatever. I'm never going to please everyone. The bottom line is whenever there's change, there's going to be people that are upset. Listen, guys and gals, I tried it my way. I tried to do things my way ever since I started on YouTube in 2008 and doing this as a job since 2011. As of now, I can't do it that way anymore. YouTube will not allow me to have a successful business doing things in the method that I was doing it.
Well, YouTube will not allow me to be successful doing things the way I did it. Well, but businesses have to change, Phil. If you're a fashion designer, you got to design new clothes. If you're an advertising company, you have to make new ads. You have to go out and get more. You have to go in and get other you have to go get more clients. I mean, that's just how businesses function. As I've said, like he should have been continuously improving. Like what I have been saying this whole time is what he should have done is as soon as Leanna and him had moved in together, he should have said, "Look, honey, I want to take this to the next level. I want to make this business better. So I will pay for you to start learning how to do video editing. I'll pay for you to start learning how to do video editing, graphic design, that kind of thing. I'll pay for you to go and do a online course. You could probably even do there's college courses like where you can get certified in what was it in I don't know, graphic design or basic video editing, and he could go, look, I'll record the gameplay footage. While I'm doing that, you can take my footage from yesterday, you can edit it together, and you can edit it, and we'll both have a 8-hour work day, and over time she would get better at it, and they could use some of the money to get her to take more courses. She can maybe learn how to do, I don't know, green screen or something. I mean, he does, like, it is a lot for one person to do, but he has a second person who he just wanted to keep as a housewife. Anyways, I try to be a bit more kind of constructive with this, just because I think it's interesting to learn from this and to kind of say, how else would you do?
So I have to change. If I want to survive, I have to evolve. Even changing up my videos to edited style and longer videos, it's not going to help anymore because YouTube is too oversaturated with people doing it. So what I need to do is go to the place where there is potential for growth, Twitch, change my stuff there, and then have YouTube, yes, as a presence, and don't abandon the longtime YouTube viewers, but let you know things have to change. The content overall for certain games is going to look a lot different. Yeah, you're going to have pop-up notifications. I'm going to be giving thank you shout-outs. I'm going to be talking to people who are actually on stream and interacting with them because that is where it's at right now. The old methodology of just playing.
Keep in mind, this man has a business degree.
Because the people who are successful,
he has a business degree.
Edited, scripted videos. They're already at the top of the YouTube chain, and there's no way to surpass them. There's no way to get that market share back. I will never get a viewer who watches those big guys to come watch my stuff. It just won't happen. Because that's how YouTube's set up now. They can't even discover my videos anymore. They can't even accidentally see it in a sidebar or click on it in a search because I don't even show up there anymore. So it's over in that regard. The fight of doing it my way and trying to do YouTube as a job my way is over.
It's over. Nothing I could do. Nothing I can do.
I'm enjoying it. If anything,
I can't change. I refuse to try to improve my situation.
And aren't jumping shit. I just won't. We're sticking in there and still watching the videos on YouTube, and they're attending the live streams. They're saying that my attitude has been way better lately. I don't seem negative all the time anymore. And I'm having a lot of fun interacting with people and joking around, and the gameplay videos themselves, they're reflecting more positivity, and when you watch the playthrough, you feel good. Rather than watching me do a game, and a lot of the times it's one of these games with grueling content or repetitive grinding, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get through this game. I gotta fucking keep grinding to get through this game, and I'm raging, I'm complaining. That's not happening all the time.
That's like every game he does. To be perfectly honest, every game he plays is like, oh, I don't want to play this. I hate it. And I mean, that's part of it. Like, and that's part of the whole personality thing I was talking about. Like, I'm trying to remember what are some old Let's Players I liked. I like Epic Name Bro, who does, like, Dark Souls videos. Like, I just like listening to the guy. I like, what was it called again? Nightmind. Nick Nocturne. I like Nick Nocturne's voice. I like his sense of humor. I like his personality. He could be reading the phone book, and I'd enjoy listening to it. The thing is, he just doesn't care. He has no passion for what he does. He has no drive. He doesn't give a shit about anything but money.
Well, sure, it still happens. Just happened the other day with Mass Effect.
I mean, I like to think that I sound engaged when I do these. Because this is my hobby. I come on here to have fun with you guys.
Bad game mechanic. and I rage. That's okay. At least I didn't rage for 45 fucking minutes to say how bad I hated the game or anything like that. No, I got past that part, I moved on, and the rest of the session was enjoyable. And that's ultimately what I'm striving to do now. Don't turn certain game playthroughs into negative shit fests. Instead, get past the bad part and get back to the positive and be more positive with the people who I'm playing for live on stream, and overall the product ends up being a better thing. So I do want to say this. I realize my content has changed. There are playthroughs that have not. For example, Danganronpa is a completely offline playthrough. And there's people who absolutely are loving that playthrough because it's like the old school style. For narrative-based games, that's the way to go. If there's a narrative-based game, fucking do it like that, so that way there's no potential for spoilers or whatever, right? But when it comes to these big AAA releases, I'm going to be streaming them in this new method. Thank you for those who are understanding, who are watching the videos regardless on YouTube, and who are sticking around, all right? I realize there's going to be people who are like, well, that's it, Phil's changed, I'm gone. There's nothing I can do about that. I got to make the changes that are best for me so I can keep doing this as a job, all right? For those who are on Twitch, I mean, I don't think, could we possibly say it's been a better experience? You know what I mean? Like, you say, how could it have been better? This is going great. Every day we got regulars now who come in. I recognize all their names. We interact. We talk back and forth. We have fun, regardless of what game I'm playing. That's the other thing, too. It doesn't matter if I'm playing Zelda, Mass Effect, Nier Automata, what was the game Overwatch. You know, no matter what kind of game it is I'm playing, they're coming in, they're interacting with me, and we're having a good time. And they're cheering. That's what I mean. To my surprise, because I didn't know what was going to happen, people are coming in and cheering with bits. They're subbing to the channel. Like I said, I've more than doubled my subs. And tips as well. People are giving me tips.
Okay, so we've had literally like a fucking 3/4 of this video is him talking about how great things are
Which
going.
basically means it's kind of a donation, but not. When you say donation, it means that it's supposed to be for non-for-profit. It's considered a...
Now, people are comparing DSP to Alex Jones and saying how Alex Jones that he's the Alex Jones of YouTube because he's always has these conspiracy things of why things are happening, and he's always hawking products. Now, I don't think that that's a fair comparison because Alex Jones is hilarious. Alex Jones is a great entertainer. Like, say what you will, you can say the guy's accurate, you can say he's crazy, but he is a hoot to watch. It's so funny to watch Alex Jones, to watch him rant, to watch him just yell on screen. He's like, and he actually puts effort into stuff.
Tip if you're just giving extra money to someone who already performed a service for you, such as a waitress or a bartender, you would tip them for their work. Same thing here. People are coming into the stream, wow, this stream was great. I'm going to throw Phil a couple bucks today. And they tip me, and it's awesome. Because it's more than doubled the amount of money that I'm making on Twitch. Like I said, if it keeps up at this pattern the way it's going, especially with the big new releases coming up, just think about the next few
I
months.
actually like Alex Jones.
DLC,
I think
Persona
he's
5,
crazy.
Ukulele in April,
Sorry, just
big
a
high-profile
side note.
fighting games.
Just on Alex Jones, I actually do like Alex Jones. I don't think that he's... I think he's crazy. I don't mean that with regards to his like actual views, because a lot of his views are pretty straightforward. I just think he's crazy just because he just fucking freaks out over everything. But no, he's really fun to watch.
It's like Injustice 2 coming up in May. There's a lot of good stuff coming up in the next few months. If we could keep this going like this,
he's also interesting.
By the summer, I may be great. I may be in a position where I'm like,
he might be great.
I'm now back to where I was a year to 2 years ago, making cash and being able to pay my bills again. And you don't have to hear me harp on this shit.
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
have to make these videos.
Guys, it's turnaround. He's not going to have to harp anymore. We're not going to have to. He's not going to beg anymore. Things are going great.
And say, well, here's the update on the business, everyone, because overnight I might go out of business anymore. You may not hear that anymore. All right. However, we're not there yet.
Oh, here we
I
go.
have to end this video with probably
Give
the
me
most
money.
important part of it.
Give me
right?
money.
April is coming up. Incidentally, April's the month of my fucking birthday. Oh, great. I mean, I'm just so happy that my birthday is coming up at one of the worst times ever for me in my YouTube existence. And
oh, Muffin. Oh, it's my birthday. DSP, lots of people hate their birthdays. I kind of hate my birthday. But it's like, oh, it's my birthday and I'm not making money.
Let me explain why, okay? The reason that April's going to be such a tough month, a bad month, no matter what, even if we're having fun and tons of people are showing up on stream and tons of people are watching YouTube videos, I still have potential to be in massive crisis in April.
Massive crisis.
Last month, February, I made the least by far ever on YouTube. All right, and that's why I left Machinima and all that. I had to have a change. I just no answers, and I'm not getting my answers on what's going on. I had to fucking figure out what was going on for myself. I didn't even make 60% of what I would.
He didn't even make
YouTube
60%.
to pay my bills. All right, I'm going to say that again.
Pay his bills.
Typically, to pay my bills, there's a certain amount of money I need to make minimum on YouTube to do it. I didn't get there in February.
He didn't get
that fucking bad. Now January was bad, but because of this big
35-year-old man
from people on Patreon, I got like an insane amount of extra money on Patreon.
It was like $100
made up for the money that I made less on YouTube, and that's why this month in March I was able to pay my bills. We're not there.
Okay, let's just pause for a minute. Let's just take a step back. This is the 35-year-old man begging for money for playing video games. Most of his fans are probably like kids, like in their teens. And he's asking these people to spend their like fucking minimum wage job money to like fund this man's lifestyle. Now, someone points out in the chat, this guy looks like he's in his like late 40s. He's prematurely aged so much. It's pathetic. I mean, okay, this is going to get more sad as time goes on.
In April, you got all this stuff coming up. You got my mortgages that I'm stuck with, my 2 mortgages, and all these other payments and things coming in, business expenses and everything. In addition, I got to do my taxes, which I haven't even done yet. I have to do my taxes, which I know I'm going to owe money. And that
DSP tries it, defrauding the federal government.
I have to pay my accountant, which is expensive.
His account, yep.
And I'm only going to get like 60% of what I normally get on YouTube. There's no way I'm paying my bills. Now,
well, what about all the fucking money he's being donated? Like he just said, I'm making... Okay, so like the donations he gets right away, right? So if someone sends him bits or subs, he gets that money immediately. Whatever, okay.
Now, the good news is, there's a few things that have been helping me out. Number one, right up here, Teespring. The people who have all bought stuff from Teespring since I launched that store 3 weeks ago or so, all that money went directly to bills.
It all went directly to bills.
A ton, okay? Patreon, right now, anyone, if you pledge to my Patreon in the next, what is today? Today's the 12th. I'm filming this on the 26th, but I'm not releasing this till the 27th. If you pledge to my Patreon by the end of March, I get that money the first week of April. That money will go directly towards the bills so that I can pay them for the month of April, okay? And the other thing is, if you're watching my live streams on Twitch, all right, if you tip me, meaning if you actually send me that tip, the way you do that is when you're watching me on Twitch, underneath my Twitch channel, there's a page with all this info, my rules and links to everything. There's a section that says tips.
I love how he needs rules.
It brings you to my tips page where you can send me a tip via the stream. That money I get right now. So I can immediately apply that money to my bills as well. If enough people...
I mean, look at him. Look how greasy and sallow his skin is. It's disgusting. Like, Phil's not a horrific looking guy, but he's just, like... He looks way older. He just is disgusting. Okay, I just like to apologize. I'm sorry if I clear my throat sometimes, but yeah, I try to keep it down.
Help me by pledging to Patreon by the end of this month, the next 4 days or so, by buying stuff on Teespring or by tipping me on Twitch. I should be okay, but I don't know. Right now, I'm nowhere near close enough. And the bottom line is right now what I'm kind of hinging on, which is really bad. My parents every year usually give me a birthday present. I'm actually counting on my birthday present to hopefully be enough, because I don't know what they're giving me, to pay my bills in April. That's terrible. A birthday present that's supposed to be, oh, here's something nice for you for your birthday, is literally going to be like my necessary income to pay my fucking bills in April because of all this bullshit that happened on YouTube.
Okay, sorry guys, I got super distracted here. Let's just go back and rewatch this, because this is like the most fucking depressing thing I've ever seen.
Oh, by buying stuff on Teespring or by tipping me on Twitch, I should be okay, but I don't know. Right now, I'm nowhere near close enough. And the bottom line is right now what I'm kind of hinging on, which is really bad. My parents every year usually give me a birthday present. I'm actually counting on my birthday present to hopefully be enough, because I don't know what they're giving me, to pay my bills in April. That's terrible. A birthday present that's supposed to be, oh, here's something nice for you for your birthday, is literally going to be like my necessary income to pay my fucking bills in April because of all this bullshit that happened on YouTube.
Like, how depressing is this? This is like unbelievable. So you have a 35-year-old man who's so like who's so broke and whose life is so fucked. He has to rely on his parents to give him a birthday present. I mean, like lots of people's okay, like I got to be honest, my grandparents are fairly wealthy, and every year they give me a sizable check. I don't know, like a couple $100 for my birthday and a couple $100 for Christmas, and some of that money helped to pay for my education. But that's that was I don't know. I'm in my 20s. I don't live off of that. I mean, lots of people's parents give the money for their birthday. But my point is, he's 35, and he has to be like, oh, mommy and daddy's going to give me a birthday card, and there's going to be money in the birthday card. And that's what I need to survive. So yeah, they just put a fucking sticker on the mug. It's like they didn't even take a black mug and put the design on it. So I just gotta listen to this once more. This is like the saddest shit I've ever seen.
Bottom line is right now what I'm kind of hinging on, which is really bad. My parents every year usually give me a birthday present. I'm actually counting on my birthday present to hopefully be enough, because I don't know what they're giving me, to pay my bills in April. That's terrible. A birthday present that's supposed to be, oh, here's something nice for you for your birthday, is literally going to be like my necessary income to pay my fucking bills in April because of all this bullshit that happened on YouTube.
Look at this pity. Look at this attempt to get pity.
So I implore you, this is no joke.
This is no joke.
Exaggerating. April is going to be really bad. I'm going to try not to express any of that stuff on the streams. I'm going to try to still stay positive.
Oh, come on. Stay positive. Okay. Guys, this is so lame. Okay, Layton spent the last 3 hour talking about how well things are going. And then he tells this super depressing story about him getting money.
In the videos or whatever. But understand, there may be some stuff bad going on. I foresee possibly overdrawn bank accounts and other issues that are going to happen. That aren't going to be very nice. But here's the good news. If I can get through April, all right,
if you can get me through April,
and not have 100 bills overdue and unpaid and all of that shit, if I can find a way to make ends meet in April, in May, I'm going to see the increased ad revenue from YouTube from now being with Curse.
Okay, look at this. So things are better, but they're only going to be better in May. So for the next month, the guy's got to give me even more money. Even more money. So if you get me through the next month, everything will be good. And then in June, what will happen in May? It'll be like in May, we're gonna wait another month. So for people who are talking about how he uses positive, he unironically talked about DS positive. He talked about DS positive. I'm sorry, guys.
And I'm going to see the increase in revenue that I'm making on Twitch. That I get paid all that in May.
He's getting so much money off of Twitch. Look, okay, guys, come on. He said I have 250 subs on Twitch. That's how much was that again? That I did the math on that. That's $600 a month. So he's getting 600 actual dollars, extra dollars a month he was getting 2 months ago, plus donations, plus bits. He's getting all this money, and
for them to finally send it. So if I can get to May in one piece, okay, I think if we could keep this positive movement going, I think we're going to be good. I think by this summer things will have gone back to normal from 2 years ago.
From 2 years ago.
And I can be positive, and we can tackle all these new releases again. We can have a lot of fun. And that's the other thing too. Even if there's no new releases, I can find fun stuff that people want to watch on Twitch every day.
Yeah,
and even though maybe the playthroughs on YouTube won't do stupendously with views or whatever, if people are coming out on Twitch and still, tipping and cheering and subbing, it won't matter. It'll be enough to make up for it, which is awesome, right? It's absolutely awesome that now I don't have to rely, I don't have to rely solely on YouTube to be my bread and butter income. And basically, if it's a bad month, it's a bad month because YouTube views were down. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I can more diversify myself, which is what I need to do.
I want everyone to remember he said this when he complains about views.
So overall, there's been positive stuff going on overall.
Yeah,
it
positive
sucks that
stuff.
My videos are getting content ID claimed. I wish that there was a way around it. There's not right now. Unless I can find, by some miracle, another partnership company that wants to make me a managed partner. There's sadly no way out of me being able to, or to not having that managed partnership. And we're going to see videos muted and blocked from some of my most popular places ever. There's no way around it right now. If I can find a solution later, I'll try. But right now, there doesn't seem to be one. Okay. And yeah, this coming April is going to really suck for me financially. I'm literally like hoping and praying that somehow between, like I said, the birthday present for my parents and people coming out in the next few days to Patreon and people tipping me on stream and Teespring purchases, between all that could come together and be enough somehow to pay my bills for April. I know that there's people, I've talked about other things that
Okay, guys, this is so lame. Like, he's like, okay, things are positive, and he's like, I'm praying there's gonna be a miracle that's gonna save me, and you're the miracle. You can heal me. I can walk, doctor. I can walk. Let's listen to this shit again.
Me being able to not having that managed partnership, and we're gonna see videos muted and blocked from some of my most popular playthroughs ever. There's no way around it right now. If I can find a solution later, I'll try. But right now, there doesn't seem to be one. Okay. And yeah, this coming April is going to really suck for me financially. I'm
gonna be really
literally
bad.
like
Give me
hoping and
money.
praying that somehow between, like I said, the birthday present for my parents and people coming out in the next few days,
They're gonna
to
come out.
Patreon, and people tipping me on stream,
Give me money.
and Teespring purchases, between all that could come together and be enough somehow to pay my bills for April. I know that there's people, I've talked about other things that I'm doing. For example, my lease with my car right now expires in June. So come June, I'm getting a much more inexpensive car. That'll help me, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's super expensive Beamer.
Sadly, the whole process of me trying to sell my condo in Connecticut is not looking good.
Nope,
right
that's
now
not happening.
At all. It looks like I'm going to probably end up getting stuck with that condo in the long term, which sucks because that's a big financial drain on me.
$1,300 a month. So he's his entire Patreon just goes to get to pay the condo. And I've talked about this before. Like I would I've talked to people. I know people who do this. You can hire a property management company. They'll find someone. They'll find a tenant. They'll rent the apartment to the tenant. And they'll manage everything. You might occasionally have to pay for a couple upkeep, but they'll find a tenant. They'll deal with them. If there has to be a call at 5 a.m. in the morning, they'll go in and deal with it. And they'll give you the rent, and they'll take 10 to 20% as a management fee. So if he just did that, that would solve this entire problem. And that would be an appreciating asset as his mortgage would go down every month. But he's too stupid to do that.
Situation and negotiation, and it's still not looking good. It's not definite yet, but it's not looking good at all.
It's not looking good. Look
so
at this depressed
DSP. Do on
DSP.
my end. What I've done on my end, the changes I've now made.
The changes
right?
are made.
Leaving with Machinima, going with Curse instead, changing my video style for certain playthroughs and being more interactive and more positive with people. That's what I can do on my end, and I'm seeing positive increases in gains, and that's a good thing. Now, I got to pray for a miracle in April.
He's
If
got
we
to
get
pray
past
for a
that
miracle.
month, come May, June, July, I think we're going to be good. But we have to get through that first, okay? All right. That's the update. I hope that was informative enough. That was a lot of talking. In fact, I don't even know how long the video is. It looks pretty long. Hopefully that gets you up to speed on everything and you now understand what's going on. I will make another video like this probably in a week to 2 weeks.
Yep, in a week. More begging.
More info for you on what's going on in that regard, and we'll go from there. But please, take this seriously. Thank you, number one, for all of your support, whether you're a longtime viewer who just watches my stuff on YouTube, whether you're someone who's been checking out the new live streams, no matter who you are, for your overwhelming support in this time of need, thank you. All right, this is awesome. Again, it looks like I've been saying this on pre-stream. It's almost like this may be my second coming. Like this could be
The
my
second coming. He
rejuvenation.
just said he was like
YouTube,
scrounging
now,
for
I've diversified
quarters.
myself. I may find a way to make it work again, and it could be even better than before. Honestly, in a lot of ways, instead of just me sitting here playing games offline like it's a grind, I could have fun and interaction and positivity with people on a daily basis. I think overall it's going to be better for you and me. Okay, but that being said, we got to get through this hurdle of April.
Hurdle of April, and we get through it by giving us
please,
money.
watch this video and take it seriously, and if you can, Patreon in the next 4 days.
Give me money.
Or the end of March, excuse me. Teespring, or
give
when
me
you're watching
money.
my live stream, sending me a tip via Twitch as well. Those
Give
are the
me
three
more
ways you can
money.
really help me out right now. All right. That's it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and it was informative for you. I will see you for...
Who would enjoy this? Who would enjoy a grown... Well, other than me. A grown man. Okay, so this is 5,000 views so far. So let's look at the comments. Oh, they haven't deleted Dave Davidson yet? Okay, let's look at these. This is going to be good. Let's see here. They haven't taken down Dave Davidson's quote yet. Like, how can you live like this? I mean, seriously, does this man have no self-respect? I just... Still waiting on Persona 3. Waiting for what exactly? The final cutscene, because that's all that was left. Pretty much. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, DSP did like an 80-hour playthrough of Persona 3, and he rage quit on the last boss. And yeah, he rage quit on the last boss, and this was a playthrough people gave him $1,200 to do, and he rage quit. So yeah, $1,250. I mean, I'm playing Persona 4 for fun. That game's fucking awesome. I'd play it for free. I'd play it on stream for free, and he got $1,250 to play an amazing video game. And all he had to do was fucking retry the last boss. Let's see here. Why are all Phil's haters weeaboos, anime-obsessed freaks? Exactly the same as why all Trump supporters are. Weebs, probably low self-esteem, small dick, being bullied as a kid. Let's see here. So we have, I think he's deleted most of the negative comments. Since you consider Pandalita to be your full-time girlfriend, does that mean she gets a W-2 for you when tax season comes? Let's see here. Karma has a good quote. Tough April, fuck yes. That's not how music licensing works. How is... Okay, let's see here. How is $200 a month from vlogging nothing, while when the same amount in a Patreon increase helps massively? Also, stop telling us about overdrawn bank accounts like we're supposed to feel bad for you when you have 2 mortgages at BMW and live in a house in a gated community. Stop crying wolf and expecting fans with actual jobs to make up for your mistakes, dude. A lot of people can do a lot with $200. You shouldn't be dismissive about that amount, DSP. If I was living on my loan I could probably pay for groceries. Like if I was if I was responsible, I could probably easily pay for food for a month, or just about. I mean, it depends how low you want to go. I mean, you can buy like some vegetables and some meat and some rice, and you can mix up some like big things to stir fry if money's tight. Those are pretty cheap to make, and those last a couple days. And yeah, you just get some chicken, some veggies, some rice, and just yeah, you could do that. I'm just thinking of stuff I did back in university. You can get some like canned spaghetti sauce, then fry up some onions and some peppers and some ground beef and mix it up with spaghetti. There you go. You got a 3-day meal, and it probably cost you like $10. There's lots of like inexpensive stuff to do, but people who run businesses and are 35 years old don't think that way. Let's see here. Keep grinding, Phil. You'll eventually get the exposure you deserve. Phil, I'll do a Patreon. Okay, let's see here. Sammy Samosa, finally some positive momentum. Let's see here. I'm still waiting for you to actually do the old hunters. Let's see here. So this is all that's up. The oldest comment is like like, there's almost no comments here. There's only 99 comments, really? Argent, you should do a Let's Play of shitty SJW games. I should. Okay, I'm gonna thumbs up the video to be an asshole. But, yeah. So, that was Let's Endure DSP having the most fucking bipolar thing I've ever seen. Like 90% of it was Tim talking about how bright the future is, and he goes from that to making like this thing where he like talks about having to like take money out of a birthday card to survive. So yeah, somebody says let's go to his Patreon. I think that's a good idea. I think we should go to DSP's Patreon and give him money. Okay, so I just want you all to come on and tell me how much are you going to pledge to DSP. How much are you going to give him money? He's only getting $1,200 a month. Do you have any idea like how hard it is to just get $1,200 a month free money? That's no money. That's like more than I make in a 2-week period. Yeah, that's more money than I make each paycheck if you do the conversion. And I have a decent, okay paying white collar job. But no, like, no, I'm not going to give him money. I'm just looking at this. But no, it's like no money. But yeah, so that's DSP's Patreon. 3 people give him $50 a month. Wow. People, I can't believe people give this asshole money. Make sure to wish him happy birthday when you donate. I'm not donating to this guy. Are you kidding me? If I was going to donate to someone, here's who I would donate to. Here's someone who I would actually give money on Patreon. I would actually give the Great War money because they're actually awesome and they do great work and they like need the actual money. So yeah, I mean, I give these guys money. These guys are great. There's some people I would do. I might give money to Nightmind because Nightmind does good stuff. He definitely makes use of the money. I don't know, just a couple things. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. More content to come soon. Have a lovely week, everybody.